Se me ha acabado el presupuesto para dubstep y partículas. Así que aquí la tenéis, la intro de Necro for Fun.
El puto amo.
Cool. Now we can go into Q&A. I do want to call out quickly just a reminder that we will have a blog up immediately after the stream for PTR. Patch notes will be next Wednesday. Again, this is due to us streaming a little early for the holidays, just to make sure that everyone was here to do a stream for PTR. And then PTR is planning on starting on December 3rd. So players will be able to jump into PTR then. Of course, it is just PC Battle.net, just easier for us and more flexibility for us to be able to do updates and everything from our end for PTR. But I know we have a question teed up, so if you have questions, please put them in chat. And we will get those, we'll try to address as many as possible for the end of the stream. I have to reach over. There's a plant here that no one can see. But will all the PTR content be available on day one is a question that we probably, we've heard when we announced the PTR stream. And we know that players are probably going to ask just because with the past PTR, we had
split it out.
Yeah, we did split it out. We will say that all the PTR content will be available day one, so players can jump in and actually check out everything related to patch 2.1 immediately with day one whenever they need to. So shouldn't be a problem. Jumping into some questions, Small Petting Zoo. I know Small Petting Zoo. They're a person that plays a lot of companion druid.
I would imagine based on the name.
So they're asking, will there be fixes to Storm and Werewolf tags given to Druid Wolves by the item Storm's Companion?
Yes.
They have never functioned, would more than double the damage of the build.
Yes, actually, as part of that comprehensive update that I mentioned to summons across the game, I did take a pass to look at specifically updating how the Wolves interact with Storm's Companion. And now, whenever they're imbued with a lightning from Storm's Companion, they do count as lightning skills. And because not to get too technical, but because the way the damage is calculated and attributed, it should also work with all the things that say, hey, when you deal lightning damage, do something special. Your lightning wolves are going to be triggering and interacting with all those effects. It should work in every way that you're expecting to going forward.
Awesome. Shocky pets.
Question from Narrator Dog. How does the Season 7 stuff fit into lore? Because during Vessel of Hatred and the Tree seem to be on good terms. Dan, I don't know if you want to answer this or if you want me to answer it. Up to you.
Yeah, so I'll say, first off, we're not going to get too deep of an answer. We're going to reveal more about the story as we get closer to the release of Season 7. That said, we are really looking at trying to build upon the events of Vessel of Hatred with every season moving forward. And so you'll start seeing changes in the world as we do that. And I'll leave it at that.
Cool. You'll hear more soon. Again, we plan on doing a more grandiose reveal of Season 7 content and the story as we get closer to the release. So you'll hear more about kind of the backstory of everything and how the Tree of Whispers plays into everything as well. Question from Toothless81. Is there going to be a rework or cost reduction to masterworking? Veiled crystals have become a huge roadblock with trying to gear multiple alts.
Yeah, I think we are always keeping our eye on the economy. We did a big pass. If you remember, we did a stream last week that was talking about tightening up the economy. So we do intend on taking a look at just generally how things are playing out. I think alts is something that we need to definitely be taking a look at. We do want to encourage alt gameplay. That was part of the big Paragon changes. So that sort of feedback is super valuable. It's really good to know that Veiled Crystals are that alt blocker. We want to make sure that alts are something that players are really excited about if that's something that they want to pursue. So appreciate that.
Question related to stacking items. This is from Marwan Gaming. Any plans on the amount that you can stack, like items, potions, like potions, keys, and runes? Wow, I can't read. Any updates, or are we looking at any of that type of thing?
We definitely are looking at it. We don't have anything to share, but it's top of mind. I know that boss materials, for example, are at 50. There are some technical reasons why we have it like that, but it's something we are actively looking at.
Dracaronia mentions, do you know if XP wells are getting fixed? And do you know if there's an opportunity for maybe pets collecting loot a little bit faster or anything on the screen for players?
I know the XP well definitely has been reported, and it's something we're looking into. So we know about it. We're looking at it. This is part of the PTR, is to find a lot more of these types of problems. So we will look at it. As far as the pets, no plans at the moment. I know we've done a big pass on a lot of things to essentially make sure that like when a rare item drops in Torment, it's just going to get auto salvaged. So we do try and essentially make a lot more of the loot just auto pick upable.
Question from Mags PVE. Will Druid ever see some love for ravens? Would be awesome to have maybe a different companion outside of like the wolves and everything that they have right now, or the vines and stuff. Is there any plans for maybe adjustments to ravens in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Ravens, one of the three companions compared to the wolves and the vine creeper, which I think are often a bit more of the marquee ones in the companion builds, at least as they currently are. That's something we're definitely aware of, and going forward, when we look to make new effects for these companion builds, I think ravens might be maybe the next one we start looking at, but nothing I can commit to firmly at this point. But it's definitely something that we have noticed, and it's something we'll keep in mind. So we appreciate that.
Part of that summoning tag update was really to sort of give us more tools to do things like improve the Raven experience or the Call of the Ancients experience.
Yeah, I think that summon update is going to be really huge for companion druids and every other build that uses these, and we'll definitely look at it under that new lens after this update and see where we can make further improvements.
We'll do one last question, but this is like a two-parter question. It's from two different people. One's from Timpo Diablo 4, the other one's from Dejal22, and they're both related to Armory. Will items in the Armory be locked from accidentally selling them? And separately, will saved items for Armory builds have like maybe an icon or something associated to them to kind of like call them out that they are part of a saved build?
Yeah, so when you do save a loadout, we favorite all of those items. So just automatically that happens.
No mistaken,
Yes.
crap.
You'd have to unfavorite it, then sell it, and then at that point it's like, well, it's sort of on you. And then the second part is, yes, there is a little icon that does indicate that, hey, this is part of an armory.
Cool. So yeah, that like, hey, this is part of a build. Don't mess with it. Don't accidentally unfavorite it or anything like that, which is good to know. So cool. Well, we again thank you guys for tuning in for our patch 2.1 PTR stream. I know there's a lot of news coming down the line for Diablo 4 as we get closer to 2.1, but we do have a blog that will be going live this afternoon, probably right after this stream. And again, our patch notes, the full patch notes for this PTR will be next Wednesday. So it's a little bit of a delay, mainly due to the holidays and us doing the stream a little bit early. Normally we have the patch notes immediately after the stream. So there's gonna be way more content beyond what we just talked about here in those patch notes for people to actually check out. And of course, patch 2.1 PTR is launching on December 3rd for PC Battle.net users. So really looking forward to people jumping in, trying everything that we talked about today, including the new features, including the armory, including all the Season 7 stuff with witchcraft powers and occult gems that we actually heard from Dan as well. So huge thanks to Dan out in Albany. And of course, thank you, Colin. Thank you, Charles, for talking us through all the content that's going to be coming with patch 2.1 PTR. And yeah, we'll see you guys probably after the holidays, but we'll see you in the PTR for sure. And we'll check you guys out in Hantu. See you guys. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks all.